Good evening, all. I welcome you all. Voice Club thanks you all for joining today's evening Youth Empowerment Seminar. Myself, Pranay Gangshettiwa, first year ENTC. We had our 4 sessions till now, which were very fantastic. And our last seminar was about anger management, which was also a fantastic too, and which might have started helping you to manage your anger according. I hope I am audible.
Yes.
Okay. I once again thank you all. Uh, this is our fifth session, 8 qualities of leadership. Leadership is the leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. Leadership is a vital management of function which helps us a lot. So many leaders are to foster to sense of trust and loyalty in their employees. People who show great leadership qualities can inspire their teams or society to accomplish amazing things. Leadership is like about inspiring people to do things they never thought they could. As told in Bhagavad Gita, Jaddada Shresthaста Tadevetaro Janaha Sa Yat Pramanam Kurute Lokasta Danu Vartate. Whatever actions a great man do, the common people follows them. And whatever standards he sets, the peoples or the world pursues them. Yatha Rajaha Tatha Prajaha, which means as king is full of his leadership qualities, every person in his kingdom follows him and his rules. Means the king is like in his ways, the peoples in his kingdom are also like. So let's hear for this address on this topic, 8 qualities of effective leadership. We have with us very eminent personality, Mr. Pankaj Sharma sir. Thanks sir for joining this evening. Am I audible to you, sir?
Yes, Pranay, very well.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. We are very happy to have you with us, sir. So I would like to take this opportunity to introduce Mr. Pankaj, sir. Sir has pursued BTech from VIT in 2011 and PG from IMT Ghaziabad. Experience years in IT sector, and sir is connected to Voice Club since 2000, which means 14 years of experience with Voice Club. And currently, sir is an employee at Oracle Consultant Private Limited. Now, without any delay, I would like to hand you over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Pranay. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you very much. And yeah. Do you want this to be a video session or should it be like an audio only, Pranay? What is the mode of conduct? All right. So do you want this to be okay? I'll share my video. I think that's perfect. So I am sharing my video here with, and I'm also sharing my screen here. Let me know if you're able to see me, and let me know if you're able to see my screen as well. Please give me some hands up.
Yes, sir.
We can see
Yes, sir.
you as well as your screen.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for inviting me here. I'm very glad to be a part of this amazing opportunity to discuss with all of you on one of the most happening topics in the history ever, and it would always continue to be so. Leadership has always been a topic which has amazed the mind of many people over the decades and will continue to do so. So before that, as I will introduce, my name is Pankaj Sharma, joined this club in the year 2007. I'm from Himachal Pradesh. My father is an army officer. So yes, I have seen leadership in him and I've seen leadership in a lot of other army officers. And yes, that was, and currently I'm not in Oracle. First of all, this slide has a little problem. I am currently working with Deloitte Consulting Private Limited. It's one of the big 4 firms When I was in Pune, I got connected to a voice club and have practically realized the importance of all the topics which are being conducted here. Okay, now in the course of duration of my session, if you have any question, please unmute yourself and ask me upfront. Do not wait till the end because we do not know how much time we may be having. Time is very less and topic is vast. Yeah. So I think without any further delay, I would like to continue. Yeah. So today we are discussing on one of the very important aspect of leadership. Okay. So many times people want to become a leader, and there are a lot of different motives for a person to become a leader. Some of the wrong notions for a person to become a leader can be that I want to exert myself on people, I want to control people, I want to show that I am greater than others. We want to control the scenario, we want to control the organization. Many times people think that leadership means stepping on people's head and then going above and then climbing the ladder of success. There are people like that also, so these are all wrong notions of leadership. And but there is something called as right notion of leadership, which we will be seeing in today's session. So see, anything in this world, whether you see successful people or you see a failure person, it always starts with sound. That means it always starts with hearing. And the very fact that all of you have come to attend this session for an hour, and now 1 hour is not a less time, you're spending valuable time of your whole day in listening to this session. That means you are already in the process of a leader making. You understand? Yeah. So first thing is we have to hear, and then we have to sink that concept theoretically in our heart, and then we have to practice it. And leadership is a very, very dynamic role. It is a role which every time asks a different you. That means if I am today at level X, tomorrow situation will come which will ask twice of X of me or thrice of X of me. So I cannot say, okay, I've done the session and I know what leadership is, so now I will always succeed in leadership. It would not be like that. Therefore, leadership is beyond what we can think, and how we know, when we start practicing it, we'll come to it. Yeah. So these are some of the reasons which I have noted down. Some of the wrong notions, like to boss around people, to make myself influential, to boast my ego, to establish myself superior, to crave for fame, respect, and recognition, that people will recognize me. Oh, I am the manager, I am the senior consultant, I am the lead, team lead, and all such things. But leadership is not like that. Okay. Now understand that leadership, the very concept, is not a designation. It is not a position. Leadership is about contribution. Leadership is internal. That means before we go out and start leading people, the first thing which we have to do is that we have to lead ourselves. It is said that if you want to tell me what I should do, first you follow that. That is about leadership. So there are two types of leaderships. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'll cover that later. So first thing is, who is meant to be a leader? Leader kisko banna chahiye? So if I go very fast, please correct me if my English is very fast or slow. Please stop me routine. See, everybody is supposed to be a leader. See, a leader is one who is taking decisions in his life. One. Second, based upon his decision, based upon his speech and action, people around him are getting influenced. That is a leader. Now tell me, there's a study being conducted that even the most introvert person in life affects minimum 10,000 people. That means by his behavior, by his action, by his words, the way he speaks, the way he deals, the way he do anything, it affects people. It is very simple. That for example, हम कॉलेज में हैं, आप सब लोग कॉलेज में पढ़ रहे हैं, and then you're a group of people, boys and girls, and then one of your friend has failed and he comes very dejected and say, I have failed. Now there are two type of people who will be there with him. One will say, do not worry, you have failed this time. Failure is a stepping stone to success. Next time we are together and we will succeed, and we will show that we can also rise above from failure. That means through his words. See, he has not told him yet. Now the friend has not told him that, okay, you should study this, study that, study this way, study that way. No, he has just told that it's just his words. Yeah, it's just his words. He has said that failure is a stepping stone to success. And he gets inspired, he walks, he moves. Second type of person would say, oh yeah, you are like, you should have studied hard, you don't do much well here, and better take some other subject or better shift to some other thing and go on and take tuitions and all. Guys, give me one moment. I think there is some voice. Yeah, I'm sorry for the interruption. Yeah. Yeah. So, yes. So a teacher is a leader, the way he trains students. A friend is a leader. In a family, when you are sitting, when you're talking, your father, your mother, they are leaders. And it is not that only the head of a family is a leader. The way you behave, the way you deal with, people outside, it gets affected. Okay. Like you can see in this picture, a lady, there are a couple of hungry dogs. She comes out and she feeds some dogs on the street. Now people around will say, oh, she's compassionate, and see how dogs are happy, how she's made animal happy, how she is compassionate. And that will attract people, that will inspire people. So she has become a leader of 10 people who are, listening or watching this lady. So you try to understand this point very well, that every one of us are a leader, maybe in small sphere, in larger sphere, or whatever. But yes, we are affecting people and we have to take decisions in life. Okay. So we affect people positively or we affect negatively. For example, when Einstein, I'll give an example. Einstein made 1,000 attempts. Sorry, it was not Einstein. Edison made 1,000 attempts to finally come to a point of making a bulb. Can you imagine 1,000 times he has failed? But what is thinking? He was thinking that every time I failed to build a bulb, I was learning that how not to make bulbs. This is the quality of a leader. It is not that leader will not fail. No, leader will fail. Why he will fail? Because he's always coming up with different ideas to improve himself and to improve others. But yes, he will not make that same mistake others. Not make the same mistake another time. Okay. Yes. So this is who is meant to be a leader. Everyone in our society is meant to be a leader. So think in that terms. Now coming to a point of, there are two types of leadership. One is called as personal leadership. Other is called as public leadership. Now, what happens? See, people generally in this world always think of people who has risen from obscurity to the heights of success. Obscurity means being poor, being downtrodden, not very good facility in childhood. That's called obscurity, and to the heights of leaders. And we have seen that in present scenario, the present Prime Minister of India, or you can talk about Barack Obama or Biden, or there are so many, Cristiano Ronaldo. They were not very well versed during their initial days, but over a period of time, they have developed themselves through hardships. Okay. And best example, which I generally remember, is of Krishna. So when you see Krishna's life in Mahabharata, when you read this very interesting book, it says that, Krishna was born in a jail. That's the first thing. Who born in a jail? He was born in a jail. He was then transferred to a village in Vrindavan. A village. He's staying in village and just herding some cows. That was his position. Moreover, when he later on came to Mathura and killed Kamsa, he did not made himself sit on the throne, right? It was not he who sat on the throne. It was who? It was his grandfather, Ugrasena, that was made the king. After that, in the battlefield of Mahabharata, the other side of Kauravas were thinking that they're great. On the other side is Arjun. Oh, there is Bhima, and there's so many powerful people. None of them thought that there is Krishna also sitting there. They forget that this is the person who was once just a small cowherd boy in village, and now he has risen to such a position. Nobody thought of that. So he was guiding, and when he was guiding, when Arjuna was in the middle of the battlefield, now, just imagine if there's a match which is going to be held, and anybody's favorite MS Dhoni or Virat Kohli comes and say, "Oh, I'm feeling very nervous now. What to do?" That is the position in Mahabharata. Arjuna is saying, "I want to fight a battle. but then I'm very nervous what to do. And that time Krishna spoke one of the greatest message of Bhagavad Gita, right, which is affecting everybody's life even today. Even if you see the books which are written on leadership, like the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, How to Win and Influence Friends, very famous book. They all take the concept from Bhagavad Gita, right? So this is so in Mahabharata again, when the battle was won by Pandavas, it was not Krishna who sat on the throne, right? He made Yudhishthira sat on the throne. Take the life of Shivaji Maharaj. His life was greatly affected by his mother Jijabai. Now, a small, just a lady. But just imagine what she is carving. She is carving one of the greatest leaders of our time, which we still remember, Shivaji Maharaj. He was constantly also being guided by Ramdas, a spiritual leader. Take the life, now Chanakya Pandit was also guiding the life of kings. So they are leaders. So why I'm giving the example that leadership is not about position. It is about contribution. So first thing we should remember that first we should contribute in our life. So remember this point. You can take pen and paper and just write these important points. First thing is personal leadership. That means I should lead my life first in an exemplary manner. For whom I should lead in an exemplary manner? For myself. I should first be proud of myself. That is called as personal leadership. Okay. And yeah, so that means if I am lazy and I just sit on a chair and then like a sage and say, okay, you go and work hard and you do this, nobody will listen to me because I myself is lazy. So I myself had to first get up early in the morning and do some like for me, I say personal leadership is, I can tell you about 4 things. Okay, 4 things. If you can see my hand, remember this: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. You can write down physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Physical means maintaining my physical health. That is exercise, yoga, whatever. Okay. Then comes the mental health, okay, which is being managed by, yes, by pranayams, okay, and then by chanting, by meditation. That is called mental health. If a person has become, body is not strong, body maybe weak, or it may be disease, it can get cured. But if the mind is not well, then what will a person do of strong body? There are people whose body is very strong, but the mind is not at place, don't know what to do, always get confused, do not know how to take decision in life. That mental health is very important. So physical, mental, emotional health means how to deal with people, how to develop loving relationship with people, how to respect elders, how to develop friendship with juniors, and how to show compassion to our juniors. That is emotional aspect. So physical, mental, and then comes the spiritual quotient, which we are all anyways discussing a lot. That's called personal leadership. Okay. Why it is important? Krishna is saying Bhagavad Gita, Yadyat Achari Chestas Tattat Eva Janataraho, which means, oh Arjuna, the way great leaders live their life, other people will follow. And it happens. Like nowadays, if you see, कोई हीरो है जो मतलब actors जो so called heroes हमारे stars हैं, and they wear some dress, everyone starts following them because they think, oh, they are my leader. फिर किसी ने अपना ट्रेंड चेंज कर लिया, सो होल पीपल गोइंग बिहाइंड देम बिकॉज व्हाई दे थिंक दे आर माय लीडर. So our concept of leadership has gone wrong. We don't know who real leaders should be. Now there are many people who are coming in front on TV and saying, okay, use this toothpaste, or drink this tea, or drink this juice, use this soap. But the first question is, are you doing it in your life first? Same the concept. First we have to improve our life. That is called as personal leadership: physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental. Okay, you can note down. Then comes the point of public leadership. So when I'm giving a session, I'm saying, okay, you should get up in the morning, do yoga, do this, do that. When I can say, when I am benefiting from my own practice of those things, then I can come out and be a public leader. So personal leadership is the foundation. Public leadership is like a building. अगर foundation weak है तो हल्का सा कुछ भी आया, like तूफान आया, earthquake, the whole foundation will collapse. And we have seen many startups in today's age have actually failed. Personal is very important, and then this public leadership. Okay, yeah. So let us move ahead. I would like to tell you a very, very interesting story of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. You must be knowing it, but this is one of my favorite stories, and I really love this story like anything. It was the year 1979 when Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was leading a mission of launching a satellite. It has taken them 10 years of hard work, perseverance, lot of money was involved, and yes, they had successfully built they have successfully built the satellite to launch in the orbit. Sriharikota was the place, and the rocket was about to launch it. 4 seconds back, computer program said, "Don't launch it. It is not good. The fuel would not be sufficient." It was up to him because he was a director, mission director. He said, "The fuel is sufficient. We can launch it." They launched it, and when they launched it, the missile, instead of taking the rocket, instead of taking the satellite to the orbit in the space, it actually fell in the Bay of Bengal. It was a failure. Abdul Kalam says, "I know how to handle success, but I do not know how to handle failure." Then the president of ISRO, Dr. Satish Dhiman, came to him and he said, "Come on, Dr. Kalam, we'll go to press conference and we'll tell them." So he was very afraid what to speak of them. They will shout on me and this and that. Dr. Satish Dhiman said, I understand that I have failed, we have failed, but my team has done very hard work in all these 10 years. And I promise you, this same team will launch a satellite next very year. He was amazed. So he has taken all the blame on himself. Who? Dr. Satish Dhiman. Now, next year in 1980, all of you must be knowing, they successfully launched the SLV, I think through Rohini. They launched it into the orbit. And then Dr. Satish Dhiman came to Abdul Kalam and said, "Dr. Kalam, the press is waiting for you. Please go out and enjoy your victory." Dr. Satish Dhiman did not accompany Abdul Kalam. So you see what is happening. So Abdul Kalam gave a very beautiful statement. He said, "A leader is the one, when there's a problem, when there is failure, he comes with his chest wide open and says, okay, he will accept all the stones and all the tomatoes which are thrown. But when there is a success, he will distribute the bouquets to their followers." That's how a leader should be. A leader should be very, very considerate. The first line which I've written here is lead from front. Okay, you can all read it. It's lead from front. That means leader is always ahead. Second quality, I would say, lead by example. We have seen that. Leadership is about influence and not authority. I cannot say, okay, now Pranay, you should do this. Okay, now you should do that. Why should I do that? No, I'm not a servant. Okay, people ये बोलते हैं कि मैं नौकर नहीं, I'm not a servant. Therefore, lead by example, and it is influence. Influence means inspiring qualities. I should be having inspiring qualities. So whenever you get a chance to lead any small team, when you go into corporate world, or even today, you should inspire people to follow you rather than putting an authority. Yes, any questions, anyone? Okay, no? All right, so where was I? Yes. So change the heart or thought process of a person. See, behind hand, there is skill. Behind head, there is creativity. These all are anyways present with all the employees. What we have to win? We have to win the heart. The leader has to win the heart of that person. How will I win the heart of any person in this world? By showing that I care for you. Your success is important for me. Your success is more important than my success. So if we are able to convince the employees or our subordinates that there's a mission which you have to accomplish, and if we accomplish this, you will get succeeded. If you read Google and all the research papers which whatever is printed based upon the company and all the IT industry and economy, people switch jobs, and the reason for switching jobs is not just money. The reason for switching jobs are bad managers or bad leaders, where people don't feel satisfied, they don't feel protected. So leaders should be taking the people along with him. It is the success of the team, and he should be behind. When he's behind, people are ahead, people will take him ahead. It's very simple. So if I want people to work hard, I should work hard. If I want people to be honest, I should be honest. If I want people to be humble, I should be humble. If I want people to follow, I should follow. So first quality, other quality is that we should be able to listen to people. Okay, we'll see that in more. Yeah. So you can just see making others committing to the cause, taking everyone together, make everyone succeed. Communicate openly. Communication is very, very important. Not only in a leadership position, communication is the important thing. I can say that. We don't need to be very fluent in English. No. But whatever you speak, the message should be clear. And message should be spoken in such a way that it's pleasing to others. And also, so I'm not saying that leaders should be very humble and always हाथ जोड़ के please ये कर दो, please वो कर दो. No, it should not be please वाला situation. No, he should be firm, with firm but soft. That is, you can write down firm decisions and softly communicating to people. That is the others before self. We have taken that. Yeah. Okay. So this is how it is. Let's move ahead. Can anybody please read this statement for me? Anybody? Can you please read this statement for me?
Oh, yes, sir. May I?
Yeah. Who is this?
Sir,
What's your
Devkinandan.
name? Ha, Devkinandan. Yes. Please read. Yeah.
Yes, sir. The safety, honor, and welfare of our country comes first, always and every time. The honor, welfare, and comfort of the men you command comes next. Your own is comfort and safety come last, always and every time. This is known as the uh, Chetuvodo motto, and and is the motto of the officers passing out from the IMA.
Yes, so all of you know IMA is Indian Military Academy, training the finest officers of our country. Look at the motto, what is saying. The motto is saying the safety, the honor, and the welfare. Three things: protecting the country, honoring our country, and welfare of my country comes first every time. After country is protected, it is the comfort of my men. That means what? The people who are following me, my subordinate, come next. And last, if there is still some energy remaining with you, then you think of yourself. So that means a leader should be selfless. He should not be selfish. Okay, amazing motto. Okay, some of the very great quotes here, and we can just, I would like everyone to just go one by one to read. Yes, anybody, Rohit, okay, not Rohit, Rohit is co-host. Abhishek, can you read the first quote? Possible for you, or if somebody else would like to read, anybody? Yeah, first quote.
Yes, sir. Am I?
Yes, please, go on. Yeah, Vedant. Yeah.
Yes, sir. The key to success leadership is influence, not authority.
Yes, it is about influence. We have seen that influencing, inspiring. Okay. Can you read this below one? Anybody below one? Tell me. Yeah.
Tell
Yes,
me
second.
and I forget. Teach me and I may remember. Involve me and I learn.
Very important. If I tell people, okay, do this, they will do sometime and they will forget. If I teach people properly, they may remember, but I have to involve them in day-to-day actions and activities. For an example, I'll tell you a very simple and very amazing story from Ramayana. When Vibhishan came, to the other side from Lanka to India to surrender to Lord Ram. Lord Ram, he did not say, okay, I will take him or I will not take him. What Lord Ram first did, he called all his subordinate leaders and asked them, okay, what do you think? Shall we take Vibhishan in our team? Somebody said, no, he is the brother of Ravan. He's a Rakshas. And Rakshas always remain Rakshas. We should throw him out. Ram said, okay, all right. Anybody else? They said, okay, fine. We can take him in our team, but let's put a spy on him, that whether he's not up to some bad work. Hanuman said, I've seen him. He's a good man, so we can give him a chance. Like everybody's saying. And then when everybody has said something, everybody together said, oh Lord Ram, what is your decision? And Ram said, anybody who comes and takes my shelter, I will take him, under my care. So what has the leader done here is he has given chance for people to put their suggestions. So whenever you want to take a suggestion, what you should do? Involve people, ask their session, ask their feedback, ask their ideas. And it is not that, okay, I just ask their ideas and say, okay, fine, this is wrong, oh, that is wrong. No, if somebody is giving an idea to me, I should think, I should respond back. If I don't respond back, they will think, okay, he's just asking like that. Ek kaan sunna, dusre kaan se nikal dena. But if we discuss those ideas, everyone says, oh, he's listening carefully. My leader is listening carefully my ideas. He appreciate my ideas. He appreciate my contribution. So we have to ask for it. And therefore, IT companies nowadays, they have coming with weekly or monthly meetings where CEO or all of these come together with people. The whole company joins in one group and then they ask suggestions. That's how it is. Okay. Yes. Next, anybody could read, please.
Yes, sir. True leaders don't create followers; they create more leaders.
Yes. Thank you, Pranav, for that. So now this is amazing. See, if you are leading a people, so this requires a lot of selflessness in myself. If I want to train people, I don't want people who are just like, ha, jo bola so karo, jo bola so karo. No, you want followers who can think, because there are situation will come where you will not be present every time for others to ask you. So what you should do, the leader is one who train people to become a leader himself. That is a true leader. Anybody can make followers. Ask in like in Facebook language or Twitter or LinkedIn, whatever goes on, or how many followers you have. They are just, I mean, yeah, it's just, that means whatever you say, that's correct. This is right. This is, whatever the higher person says, he agrees. No, we do not want people. By that, what will happen is that the leader himself will not improve, because he will say whatever, it may be right or wrong, followers will just follow. He himself will fall into ditch, and everybody following him also. Leader is one who create more leaders. He inspired everyone to become a leader, and by that, the whole society benefits. You can see the fourth leader is in front. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Now read this line: the man on the mountain. Yes. Anybody?
Leaders,
Leaders are made.
Yes. Okay. Who's reading first? Who's the reading first? Yes. Was that you, Namrata, Napur? Was that you?
Leaders are made, they are not born.
Yes. Awesome. So this is a very hope-giving statement. That means leaders are actually made. They are not born. That means if I am not born leader, that does not mean that, oh, I cannot be a leader anymore. No, it is a quality which we all can develop in ourselves over a period of time, by practice, by hearing, by actually going out and taking a leadership role somewhere. Everything. Yeah. So leaders are made. Okay. Okay. And last line by Ronald Reagan. Can anybody read this line? Ronald Reagan.
Yes, sir. The leader is not necessarily the one who does the greatest things. He's the one that gets the people to do the greatest things.
Exactly. A leader is not selfish. He does not think, okay, I have to do great things so that people recognize me. Such people are full with egoistic conceptions of life, egoistic concerns, and they're always looking for my benefit. No, leader is not like. A leader is very selfless, and he thinks how my people can do greatest thing. And if my people do great thing, I will automatically become great. Very simple. Okay. Thank you everyone for participating. Let's move ahead. Now I would like to come to a position of explaining you what is servant leader. This is a new concept in Western world, but it's a very old concept in Indian Vedic life. A very, very old concept. There was a time when America is too good in technology, but when because Americans have hand, that means skill, they have head, that means creativity. But they thought we are very good, but Japan is more better in technology than us. What is the reason? So when they started to find out why Japan is such an amazing going ahead, they found that they are teaching their people about values of life. Values of life, integrity, honesty, these. So they learned that. But over a period of time, they found that the maximum number of suicide cases are also happening there. In Japan, if you see people work like hell, 14, 15, 16 hours like that, they work. So why people are, if they are so interested in working, then how can they commit? You can go on Google and search about Japan society and whatever. Then they came to the point of understanding the Indians. And they found that Indians have something very valuable to give to the world, and that is called as a Gurukul system. When Britishers were coming to India to loot India and to capture, there's a person by the name Maxwell. He actually came to India, stayed here, and he made a full research, and he said, if we want to capture India, we have to break their Gurukul system. We have to prove to people. Okay, somebody is typing something. We have to maybe where they want to. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sarvesh, do you mean in Japan?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, yeah, Gurukul
Sir,
system.
I read those lines in Fact Video Made.
Okay.
So I just told.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for getting that point. Okay. Yeah. So point of Gurukul, yeah. So this Maxwell said, if we somehow convince Indians that your education is worst and British education is topmost, we will be able to capture Indians. And that's what they did. You see, the servant leader topic was first brought in the leadership books and seminars by this man called Robert Gay Greenfield. And he says that I am coining this term, reading the book Journey to the East by Hermann Hesse. So here written the book called as German Hesse. Now see, there's a story of Aruni. I'll tell you the story. You must have also heard. There's a story of Dhaumya Rishi. He had a disciple called, so previously what used to happen, a very beautiful system where there's a Gurukul and all students used to live in Gurukul and teachers used to teach students not only math, physics, chemistry and all, in all the aspects of life. When a person grows, he has to learn a lot of things. You know why people are these days committing suicide? Because of maybe people are losing job and they are under depression and all. Why it's happening? Because we are not multi-talented. When we are into IT company, we only think of IT company. But if you look into the previous ages, they were taught painting, they were taught how to do business, they were taught archery, they were taught how to teach people. Everything was being taught, and that is why there were no society. The society word is even not there in Shastras. If you see, nobody used to just give their life like that. So Aruni, though all the disciples of were had gone to the forest to collect the wood, and Dhammeshi said, Aruni, please get it fast because we have to cook food. So Aruni went to the forest, cut the woods, and was running back. But suddenly he saw that in the farm where water was coming in the farm slowly, but in the pipe it was breaking. So if the pipe breaks, all the water would come out like anything, and the dam would broke, and there would be rush of water in all the fields, and all the fields will drown in water. So Aruni quickly ran to the Gurukul. He kept the wood. He came back, and he paste what he did. He took some clay and added, clay means sand, मिट्टी, और वो उसने उसके ऊपर लगा दिया जहाँ पे hole हो गया था. After some time, he saw that sand also came out because the power of water was very high. So what Aruni did, he slept. Slept means he put his body in front of that hole, and the whole water he was stopping by his body. When Dhamma Rishi and all his disciples were looking, where is Aruni, where is Aruni, where is Aruni? So he was not nowhere to be found. They went to forest, started searching, and they said, oh, there's Aruni lying. What happened? Aruni said, oh Gurudev, this is your field, this is our field, and this is my service to you. That if all these fields would have been flooded with water, all the Gurukul Vasis will not get the food to eat. So I am putting. So Dhamma Rishi became so pleased. He said the statement, "You shall forever be renowned for unmatched devotion and obedience to your Guru." This is the Gurukul system. A teacher does not ask for money, and student is ready to lay down their life. This was Gurukul system. Nowadays, what happened? There is education, and there is doctors are like MBBS. Somebody does lakhs and lakhs of fees are being taken. So when doctors go, so what will that person do? He gives lakhs and lakhs of fees. He open his own then pharmacy. He will cheat people because he have given 40 lakh in to study. Now he has to get by 40 lakh. So generally it is said in Shastra that education, food, medicine, these all should be given free. Okay, that was previous India. Yeah, but at least now we cannot do. But at least we should know that what really was our India before. So this concept of servant leader means what? That a leader does not say that I am the leader of 5 people or 10 people. Leader says I am the servant of these 10 people. And more higher I go in my leader position, I will become servant of more people. जनरली ऐसा बोलते हैं कि अरे हिंदी में तो नौकर बोलते हैं. हिंदी में कोई बोलेगा तो मैं नौकर हूँ 10 लोगों का, मैं नौकर हूँ 5 लोगों का. तो it terms me, it's very dejecting language, or somebody may say it's very not good to become a nokar. But the real meaning of being a servant is that I will help them to grow in their field. By that, the company will also grow, and more higher we go, the more better servant we become. So we never use the word that I am managing 5 people, I am leader of 7 people. So I am serving 7 people. So isko Hindi mein ya Sanskrit mein bolte isko seva bhav. Okay. So we should serve people. We should serve our subordinates. So this is an amazing concept, and everywhere nowadays only servant leadership is taken into consideration. Yeah. Okay. Now, 3 traits of a good character. See, a person will follow another person if he has good character, because only good. If I see some very smart person or very beautiful lady, my mind will get attracted to her. But my if that same person is throwing stone at animals, he's using abusive language, and he's doing all sort of nonsense activities, my heart will not go for that person. I can tell you, see, I would spend 6 years in IT industry, and this is my third company, and I've seen many types of managers and leaders. I've seen the best of leaders. My first company was Evosys, and this person name was Tarunath. I'm openly telling you this. It was his company, his brother's company. He was one of the best leaders I've ever seen. Whatever problems come, I've never seen him shouting on his subordinates. Even if the person is going wrong, even if the company has taken a loss of 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 10 lakh, he has never shouted on anyone. He brings that person, talks to him, talks about the problem, and see, okay, next time we'll do good. So that only comes when one has integrity, maturity, non-envy. Integrity means to do what you promise. What is promise? Promise means I will do that thing. I will do something. That is promise. What is integrity? To do what I have promised. That is integrity. Maturity means balance between boldness and sensitivity. So again and again, I'm saying we are servant when we are leading position, but at the same time we have to be bold. Okay. If we are not bold, then the other person will not even listen to us. Then that means the whole point of leadership is gone. So one should be mature enough to balance between boldness and sensitivity, courage, and he should be considerate. And second, he should be non-envious. That means abundance mentality. So this is an example of, you must be knowing this story, that there's a hen who is laying golden eggs, but the farmer thought, oh, he's giving me golden eggs every day, but I have to spend money to feed him. I have to feed him dana, I have to feed him dal. Better let me cut the hen and get the all eggs at once. So he cut the hen and there were no eggs coming out now. So in this story, the boss is like a farmer, employees are like hen, and golden egg is like an output. Okay. If I want the eggs to come continuously out of the hen, I have to take care of the hen very nicely. I have to feed the hen. I have to keep the hen in a very nice position, in a very nice, comfortable situation. Similarly, many times today's boss always think of project. They do not think of people. Remember, projects is made by people. Do not Project will become successful if people are successful. It's the people who will make project successful. If I rush to people, shout at them, show them, cane, do that, do this, do that, that will not help. Okay, we have to inspire people and show them that this is your project, you have to make it success, and when you succeed, you will take the fruits of that activity. Okay, therefore you see, the family, I'm just giving an example. Stanford University has already said that Indian culture is like laying down one's life for others. So we have got great leaders in our previous ages. Yeah, we can read lot of things to say here. Example of, like, we have a lot of good family values, which is always better for country. Not just imagine, like in foreign land, what happens that there are no family values. A child goes out, he becomes mature, he stays somewhere else, and then parents become old, so government has to take care of the parents. They have to give the parents money and everything. And if there are a lot of divorce cases, so children are in need of money, government has to take care of them. But if somebody has a family value, country has a family value, then family people take care of each other, so government also is happy, country becomes progressive. So remember these three: integrity, very important. Integrity, one more statement about integrity is what you do when nobody is watching you. Please write this down. Integrity is what you do when nobody is watching you. What are you thinking when nobody is watching you? That is integrity. Okay. Maturity means taking decisions boldly. Okay. Non-envious means always appreciating others, never saying I did this activity. Always say we. Never say I, say we. Never say my, say ours. Okay, so involve everyone. Then everyone is for you. They will lay down their life for their leaders. Okay, so, and a leader always build this. What is the time? Am I going to? Okay, we still have time. Whenever you go to any leadership position, try to build a system there. Okay, and mark these points. Okay, this is system. Like I can tell you, this is example of voice. Voice was opened, I believe, in the year 1997 or somewhere 96, more than 25 years now. Same system we are following. Okay, we are conducting same seminars. Yes, things have changed. We are adaptable to changes, but we are still going to schools, colleges, and all. So TEEE formula: train your people, educate your people, engage them, empower them. Very simple. Train means what? Like education. Like what I am doing to you now is I am educating you. Now, what will happen in training? Training means, say you are connected to Voice Club for a long time, and if some responsibility you take, okay, sir, I will take the responsibility of conducting a session. I will call Voice, and yes, we will. I will call the speaker. And I will, like today. I think Pranay, you introduced me, yeah. So he is introducing me. So he is getting now trained in speaking in front of so many people. You know, there are people saying that just to speak in front of people, my legs start shaking. So, but voice will help us, you know, to overcome that fear. I myself, I can say that although I have studied in convents throughout my education, I've done in convent school, but I was not a very good speaker. I was always used to fear speaking in front of public. But now it doesn't matter. It's all because of voice training. Yeah. And then you have to engage people, you know, engage people in doing activity and empower. Empower means now you are the leader. You take the role and you do it. So when you empower, why we have to empower? See, how do I build, how do a person build his muscle? By again and again lifting the dumbbells. How do I increase my stamina? For like, I am a lover of jogging. I love to jog and run long kilometers. How do I increase my stamina? By running. By running, I increase my stamina. So I have to involve in that activity. So today I ran 5 kilometers. I got tired. Tomorrow I'll run 5.5. So I am pushing myself beyond my limits. So I have to engage myself. So initially mind will say, no, I cannot do it. Okay, but now we have to go ahead. That is a leader. You know, a leader is not living in a comfortable position. He is in a stretch. See the three positions. One is called as comfort zone, second is called as stretch zone, and third is called as stress. In comfort zone, nobody grows. It's a lazy position. In stretch zone, a person is always thinking, a person always doing something extra. Person is pushing himself to do something extraordinary. He's improving himself. For me, I can tell you, I always wanted to become a good reader. You know, it is very rare, very good habit of reading, but I could never. So I thought, okay, now I will plan for myself. Every day I will read 10 minutes. I will get bored, no alarm. But now, if you give me a book, I can read and read and read. It took time, but it happened finally. Okay. And stress means, yeah, a lot of confusion and tiredness. We should also not be in that position. Okay? But stretch is very important. Stretch means I have something in my mind always going on. मुझे ये करना है, मुझे वो करना है. I have my timetable planned. That's what. Moving ahead. Okay, I'll not cover this slide. I'll come to this 8 attitudes of effective leader. Please write it down in your notebooks. Okay, this is the last slide and one of the very, very important slide. First thing is power to listen. That means patience. Remember, God has given us 2 years, right? And only one, sorry, second last slide. So we should hear more. We should hear more and then we can speak. For example, if I'm giving a seminar, this is 1 hour seminar. If I want to give 1 hour seminar, I have to prepare at least for 2 hours so that I have enough content to speak to you. If I want to give X things to you, I should be having 10x things with me. So the first quality of an effective leader is power to listen. And this is you see, wherever we go, everyone wants to speak only. Everyone just want to put their own ideas. There are very few people who will be ready to listen, and not only listen, but listen with attentiveness, what they are speaking, and then discuss with them. Okay, that is called as power to listen. Then comes the availability. That means if some person comes to me and says, sir, this is what the problem is, I say, oh, I'm not available, I'm very busy. That person will never come back to us. We have to make ourselves available. It's called MBMB principle, which is called as managing by moving around. So in the previous ages, when they were kings, they used to go out, in the in their kingdom, अपनी वेशभूषा बदल के move around, and they used to see, okay, how is Praja doing, what is happening. That's called. So they have to make themselves available for people. So leader, always remember, people project. Leader is always available for people. The aim is always project, but he should be always available for people, because they will only help to achieve the project. That is the meaning of availability, or is called as humility. Okay, when we are available, we are humble. Then is called as tolerance. Now this is again a very rare quality. Remember this line, one of the very, very important line which I've heard from great teachers of mine, where they say that one's greatness one's greatness is estimated by one's ability to tolerate provoking situation. Okay, I'll repeat myself. One's greatness is estimated by tolerating provoking situation. There will be people in organization, आप कितना भी उनका अच्छा कर लो, they will always come and किसी के बारे में बुरा बोलेंगे, and they will come say you have not done right and I would have done this and that. You should be able to tolerate those situations, and you should be able, don't just spurt out whatever comes in our mind. No, always give it at least 2 to 3 seconds or 4 seconds to calm yourself and then speak. You just, I'll tell you, you just try someday this thing. Okay, somebody comes and shout on you, you don't shout back. Be calm, be very calm, cool. Give 4 seconds to yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Count that 1, 2, 3, 4, and then respond very properly. Okay, fine. Coach chilata hai mere pe. Okay, fine. I understand. I'm sorry for that. Okay, what's the problem? Okay, like that. He will keep on shouting. Okay, I understand your point. Okay, fine. Cool down. Drink water. And then that's called as tolerance. Even Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, Krishna is telling very beautifully, Arjuna, after telling about a lot of Atma and soul, he tells, Tam Stitikshasva Bharata, Shito Ushna Sukha Dukkhada. Krishna is saying to Arjuna that in this world, Shito Ushna, that means hot and cold weather, will keep on coming. There, hot and cold, Sukha Dukkhada, pleasure and pain, happiness and distress, ups and downs will keep on coming. Which person will go up? A person who tolerates will go up. Okay, that is very important quality of tolerance. And remember, it will always come when one is very deeply involved in meditation, spirituality, hearing these lectures, and yeah. Then is called as adaptability. Adaptability means there are different levels of leaders. Sometimes leader were given a choice to choose people, they will always choose best people, and if some weak person is given to them, they will say he's of no use. But there are sometimes leaders like that. Some leaders are like team people, like an ant. Ants always work in team. They are such people. Top class leader is adaptable. That means even if he is given the most weak person in his team, even in that weakest person, he will find out good. जैसे आप किसी मधुमक्खी को देखोगे, तो मधुमक्खी is roaming around, say, कचरे का डब्बा, but वहां पे अगर एक भी, if there's only one rose which can give shahad, she will go there and she will suck out the shahad. That is the quality of a leader. Yes, the person is very weak, he don't have good qualities, this and that, but he will take out that good quality and he will fan that good quality and make that person into a shining star. I'll give you one very important story about Mahatma Gandhi for tolerance. I just remember that. So this was a time when Mahatma Gandhi was traveling through ships, in different countries, and to England specifically. And this person thought, I've never seen Mahatma Gandhi, angry. Let me make him angry today. So what this person done, a British person, उसने महात्मा गांधी का मंकी का फोटो बनाया, महात्मा गांधी ने monkey form, and put some papers and put a pen on the paper, went to Mahatma Gandhi and gave Gandhi, this is my gift to you, and he went off. Gandhi opened the papers, he saw that some photos of his drawn, and he didn't care. This person was seen from quite far, and he said, oh, where are my papers, Gandhi? He said, they are there in the dustbin. So this person became very angry. Oh, come on, how can you throw that papers? I've given you a gift. That is my gift. How can you throw a gift outside? So he said the only valuable thing on those papers was the pen. So I took the pen and the waste material I threw out. So instead of making Gandhi angry, he himself became angry. That is the example of tolerance. Then adaptability discussion. Yeah. Then Discrimination means that a person should be able to discriminate between right and wrong. There are two things. One is called as moral decisions. One is called as ethical decisions. Moral decision means good, bad. What do you choose? I choose the good. Very simple. No problem at all. What are ethical decisions? Good, good. Okay, choose now which one to choose. That is ethical decision. So which will be more difficult? Ethical decisions are more difficult because दोनों ही अच्छा है और अच्छे में से एक को choose करना है आपको. That is ethical decisions. Okay, now like very simple example, if there's a person running and और उसके पीछे कोई एक मान लो एक a cow is running and उसके पीछे बच्चा है उसको मारने के लिए दौड़ रहा है and he doesn't know where the cow has gone and the cow has gone this way and he comes to you and asks, oh sir, where's the cow gone? So you cannot lie, but in that position you have to lie because you have to save an animal. So these are called ethical decisions. So all this situation very simple, which I gave you. Yeah? Then decision making, that is clarity of mind. Then there is ability to respond, that is courage. Okay, you should be able to respond to people nicely but boldly. And then there is team spirit. I hope you have noted down all the points. That is cooperation. Okay, so it is being research being conducted that 90% of leaders fail because of their inability to cooperate. Okay, these all are very, very awesome. I'll tell you one very short story of a dove. A dove एक छोटी चिड़िया होती है, So once upon a time, an eagle. It's a story which comes in Puran. That eagle was running behind, flying behind the dove to eat the dove, a small bird. So dove suddenly came to the king, and the king said, "Oh dove, why are you running? What happened?" So the king said, the dove said that this eagle is coming to kill me, and मैं आपकी प्रजा हूँ, आपको बचाना मेरा धर्म है, तो आप मुझे बचाइए. So dove king protected the bird. So then eagle came and said, "Oh king, it is your duty to protect the bird. That's fine, but it is also your duty to provide food to all the living entities of your praja. And I'm eagle. I want to eat food. Give me my food." So what the king did, he took out his own mass, own muscles, and fed the eagle. And then suddenly all the eagle and the dove changed to devata, demigods, and they said, yes, this is what a true leader is, where he thinks of more of people and less of ourselves. Okay, so these things. And yes, next is developing loving relationship with subordinates. So this was done in the previous ages, like toshana, that means sufficient food has to be given. Pranama, we should give gift for any good activity. These are Sanskrit words. Upalalana, that means we should appreciate people. And Anushasana, that means we should also give instructions to people. So these all things leaders actually do. So for example, if somebody does a mistake and your question is, how do you have to correct mistake. Being a leader is not a simple position. You have to correct a mistake in a way that the other person does not even feel bad, but he understands I felt bad. So this is something called as sandwich principle. So what does sandwich principle means? Like bread hai, uske upar jam hai, or there's a butter or cheese, and then there's again one more bread. So that first bread is appreciation. You appreciate a person. Oh, you are doing an excellent job. तुमने अभी तक company का इतना फायदा कराया है, and you have done this work so well, and really appreciate your quality of this and that. Appreciate कर दो. Second, but in this project, I think this went little wrong. As a bonus, then you give correction. This went little wrong, but no problem. We will correct it together. I think you should have done this way, and this person also did like that. And then at the end, again, you put one more bread. But I can tell you, the way you work is awesome, and you are an amazing person. And I know this mistake you will overcome, and you will make this project succeed. Awesome. क्या किया उसने? He has given a lot of appreciation. और appreciation के बीच में उसने एक दवाई डाल दी. जैसे एक छोटा बच्चा होता है, वो कभी दवाई नहीं खाता, तो माँ क्या करती है, वो दवाई को लड्डू में डाल देती है. Right? So sweet, but दवाई भी चली गई अंदर. Yeah. So PAW, it's protection, administration, welfare. So in previous ages when kings were there, ideally today also government should, or anybody should protect women, children, old people, cows, and teachers. 5 very important aspects of a society should be protected: administration and welfare. Okay, this is how it is. So this was about leadership, and I think I have covered this. We can just go on and on and on and discussing, but yeah, these were some of the very effective, and there are actually many stories which can be shared of leaders. You can go out, you can search for Vivek Bindra leadership. You can learn leadership from there. If you want to read some book, I can tell you this very important book of management called as 1 Minute Manager. You can write it down, 1 Minute Manager. Okay, do read this book, 1 Minute Manager. And yeah, they're awesome thing. Yeah. Okay. And Bhagavad Gita is a very important book where leadership is being taught in a very difficult situation. Just imagine 40 Akshoni Sevana means 40 crores and crores of Sena on one side, 60 crores Sena on the other side, and between Arjuna is sitting. And see, Arjun was a person who has defeated everyone every time, and he was never fearful. But this is a time when he was standing in the middle and he said, "Oh Krishna, my Gandiva bow, जो मेरा bow है वो हिल रहा है, मेरे पाँव कांप रहे हैं, मेरे आंखों से आंसू आ रहे हैं, and I do not know what to be done." That time Krishna comes and tells Arjuna that the Bhagavad Gita in 30 to 45 minutes he speaks. So that is a leader. He inspires people. And what happened after? See, after Gita got finished, Arjuna did not say that, okay, now I will fight. He did not say. He said, Karishye Vachanam Tava in Sanskrit. He said that now I will do what you want. Okay. See what the leader has done? Leader has done such a magic on the subordinate saying, I will do what you want. And it happens. I tell you, it will happen with every effective leader. Subordinates, people will lay down their lives for us if we are ready to lay down our life for them. And that is what society is looking for. And every one of you who are today present here for this session, and I'm very sure that because you have chosen to come to this session, you will surely be an effective and a great leader in time to come. Thank you very much for your time. I'm done. Thank you. Yes, any questions, anything, any question you can ask me. Okay, I'm open for any questions. Any feedback or anything. Yeah. Thank you, Nachiket. Thank you. Thank you, Aditya. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Pranav. Yeah. So, who is our host? Thank you, Aditya. Thank you, Devendra. Yeah. Exactly, that's very right, Devendra. You're saying right. Exactly, that's very right. Okay. Thank you, Nobel. Thank you so much. How to make people that they will listen to us? Very simple. This is a very good question somebody asked. How to make people listen to us? Listen to them. It's very simple. You have to convince people that your decisions are for their good. That's it. You don't tell them that your decisions are for my good. Let's say for my good or for project's good. No, you tell if this happens, how you will learn. I tell you, my manager during those days when I was initially working in my company, he used to send me. I was in Dubai for some time in Saudi. People were my company used to send me there, and then they never said that And after some time, I tell you, my passport in 3 years had 64 stamps. That means I had traveled 64 times to foreign countries. I was tired, and every time I said, now I don't want to travel. You know what my manager used to say? Pankaj, this is a new project. There's a new learning for you. And if you just learn this project, you will be like, amazing. Nobody has done this project. Oh, I'm inspired. But see, yes, that's true. I'm getting benefited, but the company is getting benefited more because I am going there. The client is giving money to the company, and my manager is, the leader is happy. The company grows. So what I'm thinking, my benefit, right, is my benefit that I will learn tomorrow. I will jump. I will get a better package. I have this rare skill in technology. That's how you inspire people to listen to you. Okay, you have to convince that I am living for your good. Thank you, David. Any other question, anyone?
Sir, I want to ask a question. Sir, you have already said that you have to convey some mistakes done by your employees in a appreciating manner so that he will get that mistake very easily. So, what if he's doing the same mistake again and again?
Yes. So this is a very good question that, again and again. So now what happens here? Generally, any sincere person, any sincere employee will not repeat mistakes. He may repeat mistake once or twice or maybe thrice. So for 1, 2, and 3, you can forget, you can forgive, you can forgive. Maaf kar sakte ho aap. But if the person is doing same mistake again and again and again, what ideally I do in my company, or I've seen people doing, like for example, Rohit, you asked a question. So say Rohit, you're doing mistake again and again. So I said, okay, Rohit, I think this project is little, going away from you, or maybe you are an excellent resource, Rohit, and you have that skill. But for this project, we need some different skill set. So let me do, Rohit, you come to this particular project and you start contributing in this particular way. Okay, so you go to this project and you start working there. So what happens? Rohit will understand that my boss is not wrong. He's giving me another chance into another position, but I am being taken out of this good project because I am making this mistake again and again. Or you say, okay, Rohit, you want to do this project, that's fine, but I think your position is little, ask a different type of skill set. So now you start working on under some other person. So you put some other person on top of him. So he manages. Like that, you have to deal with situations. Is it clear, Rohit?
Yeah, but sir, this will demoralize him.
This will not demoralize. I'll tell you why it is not demoralizing. First, second, third. People are intelligent. It's not that he's not getting. Demoralization means what? When you shout on him. But what you have to do, you have to first appreciate his contribution also. It is not that he will not do any good activity. He is actually doing some work. So you have to appreciate. At the same time, you will tell him that you need to improve on this particular skill set. So this is a training which we have for you. Please go into this training. And for now, you are working into this project. This project has this is learning, and you will be able to learn and grow in this project. So you have to. Sometimes we have to be strict also, right? We have to, because it's a project. At the same time, the subordinate will also understand that, yes, I am doing mistake, but I'm not throwing him out of the company. At least, I'm not terminating him. My manager is giving chances again and again. And I've seen the situation in my boss's company where one person was not doing very well. The manager did give him many chances. Shift to one. He was not doing at all well. So what happened is very simple. He came and said, Dharmendra sir, I think you're not able to contribute here much. So I am sorry. If you can please, leave the organization and try somewhere else. We'll give you 1 month notice period. You search for some company and we'll give you salary. Yes. So it's hard to tell someone that you are, but you have to tell them in extreme situations, you have to take these bold steps, but in a very polite manner and appreciating manner. Okay. Give him time, give him that 1 month salary, or what in companies and all, like that. Karthik has
Sir, I have, yes, sir. Sir, I have seen the movie on Steve Jobs, the movie, in the movie, Steve Jobs scolds his partners and the employees of Apple. Then also he became the great leader. Then how did that happen, sir?
Yes, so it's a very good question. We many times people that actually this and he did such things. So such type of leaders also exist, and I see such. I mean, this is a good question, but thing is that the company would have grown to a very different level if now I tell you example of Sundar Pichai. If you compare Apple and Google, which is more famous in today's day? It's Google. So if we are sticking to the stick, people will work because Apple will pay you heavy amount. So people will stay for money. And what happens? The person will leave and new person will come. They will stay for 1 year and new person will come. And like that, things go on and on and on. But if you want to make the company very great, then take example of Sundar Pichai. The way he deals with people. He is now one of the highest paid, CEO of the organization currently. And you look at his, lifestyle and how he has thought process and all. So if I start if I start scolding people, then people may work for me for some time, but then again they will start moving to some other some other organization. And I don't know, in that book did he also tell that how other way he used to manage company apart from scolding and something like that, Karthikeya?
No sir, he didn't tell. मतलब मूवी था वो, तो इसमें इतना ही दिखा था कि बहुत चिल्लाते थे वो ऐसा वगैरह.
Book on Steve Jobs is possible. There surely be some book. So I'm pretty sure that just by scolding and all, people can stay for some time, but they won't contribute much to the organization. That's not possible. और ऐसा नहीं था, मेरे टीचर थे, मैंने एक प्रॉब्लम गलती कर दी थी एक सेशन अरेंज करने में, तो उन्होंने मुझे एक बार डांट दिया, तो मुझे बहुत बुरा लगा. But then he called me and then he made some halwa and food for me and then he gave me. So I'm again back to him, you know. So kabhi-kabhi aisa hota hai ki you have to scold somebody, but only scold when he's very close to you. Okay, so first you have to invest in people and then you can take out from them. So first give a lot of love, lot of appreciation, lot of this and that, and then you are eligible to scold, you know. But that is very rare situation, very rare situation. Yeah.
Thank you,
Hello.
sir.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Vinayak. Hi.
Sir, I want to ask a very personal question. I was working on a project past 2-3 months with my friends, but sir, every time we came together and start working, they not engaged in that project. They say some reason. So I have so much to work. I have colleges assignments. So my question is how to engage peoples or teams in our project.
Yes, first of all, it is very important that we choose right team, especially when you are in a project. Okay, so that is the first thing. Okay, because see, when I told you during the course of my session that a leader will take even the bad person and take him high, but that is in a corporate situation. But in your situation where you're choosing only 3 people, 3 people doing a project of a, I think, college project, right? And there one person is not doing anything, then you have to talk to him and you have to tell him that, why, this is how it is. If you don't work, then we have to tell to teacher that this is what we have done, and this guy has done this much or only this activity, and you have to first tell him what are the side effects of not doing a project. Okay, that is very important. And if he doesn't do a project, then you will fail or you will do this and that. But at your age, if he's not doing project, then you take the responsibility and you finish it. You will learn. So let me learn myself and let me work hard and let me finish the project. At the same time, you also tell him, okay, whether you're not available, but I am doing it. Tomorrow, if teacher or my project manager, whoever is it, if he asks, then I'm clearly going to tell him that this is what me and this friend has contributed, but you have not contributed much in this project. So that will affect your marks. Be upfront and give him choice. So if you're interested, please come from tomorrow, and this is your responsibility. Divide responsibility. Okay, you should divide responsibility. Make somebody responsible, and they will immediately start working. Empower them. Okay, this is your responsibility. And if it is not like that, then next meeting with the teachers, because when you do a project, there are milestones to be met. You have to go to a teacher every time. So say, ma'am, this responsibility we have shared with him, he has not done it, so we have done it. So like that. So it has sometimes be strict also.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Sarvesh. Thank you so much.
Excuse me, sir.
This is a very good point, Priyanshu. How to develop ability to say no? It is very difficult for some people, to say no. I agree that I agree. If somebody asks you some favor and you are busy, but your heart is so soft that you cannot say no. I know it's very tough, but you have to be stiff that time, and you very politely say no, but just don't say no and then you walk away. No, not like that. You say no, and then you give reasons that this is like this, is like this, is like this, and if I get free, I'll do it for you. So always say some reasons. Like it happens to me that many times my friends call me for a movie or let's go out. I say, no, yeah, not today, I have some very urgent work to be done. Or if you don't watch movie, I know people who don't watch movie at all. They say, see, I'm not interested in movies and all, I really won't like to come. I'm sorry for that. And then say sorry for that. Very simple, no? 3 pleasing words, no? Sorry, thank you, and what is thank you and please. Yeah, 3. It's very simple. They are amazingly beautiful words, and you will often use it for sure. Like that. Yes, some question was coming up, please. Yeah, somebody was asking a question. I stopped in between. Yeah, who's it?
No, sir, it was me only.
Okay, Priyanshu. Yeah, good question, Priyanshu. Yes, you have to develop that habit of saying no. Yeah. Okay, Pranay, you're the co-host. I think time to end the session. We are 15 minutes over time. Yeah. You have anything for everyone, Pranay, to tell everyone something, or can we end the session?
Yes, sir. Okay.
So I don't know who's the host here.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks.
Complete session was full of story, which didn't let our ears to take rest even for a second. And I would like to summarize the session. At the first, you stated the definitions of means leadership. One wants to control the means like some organization or leadership for something else. You also stated the wrong notions of leadership, and then you stated a questions: who is meant a leader? Everybody can become a leader by ideas, speech, effects, and all. And after that, you stated the example of Alva Edison. Leader will never come with different ideas. Leader will ever come with different ideas. Then you stated two different types of leadership, like personal and public leadership. Then you stated the message by Krishna, and after that, physical, mental, and emotional and spiritual, which are based to leadership. And after that, story of missiles project by directed by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir. Then key to successful leadership is influence and not authority. Then leaders inspire others to become leaders. Then about the servant leadership, you also stated about the Gurukulas, story of Arunik. And after that, the three traits of good character: integrity, maturity, and non-envy. In which we also had a story of hen laying golden eggs. And after that, you showed us the TEEE formula, in which T stands for train, E for educate, second E for engage, and third E for empower. Then we saw the slide and got explained of 8 attitudes of effective leadership: power to listen, availability, tolerance, adaptability, discrimination, decision making, ability to respond, and team spirit. And after that, loving relationship with subordinate, like MBMA, PAW. And after that, you suggested us a book named One Minute Manager to go through. And so we wish to express our gratitude to you, sir, for being with us on this seminar. Your presence and gentle words are source of encouragement for all of us. It's always been our pleasure to have you with us, and we look forward to seeing you again for the upcoming events or seminars. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, Pranay. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you, everyone. Have an awesome day. Thank you very much. Take care. Goodbye.